good time to work on that shell, on practicing being hardened. Because we're diving really deep now into the depths of our own selves, into those dark spaces and places. It's gonna sting, and we're gonna sting others. But there's a lesson in hardness. There is a time and a place for shadow to work for you righteously. Hello, children of the night, and welcome to Tarot Nights with the Hanged Empress. Here we do shadow work following the moon. And this week, we have a Scorpio new moon. And I don't want you to dive into the Scorpio season thinking it's going to be all wars and battles, struggles and strife. But like the trees that have lost their leaves, things are going to be made bare. Things are going to get cold. And we need to learn how to adapt and how to survive and thrive in even the most chaotic of situations. And that's why we harden our shells. That's why we create that exoskeleton. Not for fear of blocking everybody out, but merely for protection against the realities that 3D world brings us. We do need to be hard sometimes. We do need to be fierce. And we need to be able to hold our self-love safe inside that shell. So when it's time for transformation that Scorpio season brings us, we can light ourselves up, burn it all out, and release, and shine. Let's get into our reads. Leo show. We are putting on the armor, aren't we? We're gearing up for battle. That Scorpio new moon, Scorpio sun. Oh, the depths have been illuminated and we are all showing our beasts. It's harsh, it's dark, it's deep. But our light is still shining right here. Our true intentions, our true goals, our true mission, it's still right here. Nothing can deter us. None of the chaos can pull us away from the lessons that we've learned, from the love that we have shared, from the struggles and the toxic pollution that we have lived through, experienced, sustained damage and strength from. I feel like I'm in a quiet hush voice right now. It's the middle of the day, all the kids are home. There's no reason for me to be so quiet, but I feel so quiet. It's the dark of the night. It's the dark ring of that new moon. It's happening right now as we read. And when the moon goes new, we step into this ring of blackness. And it's a fight. Especially when we're in Scorpio, it is a all-out shadow battle war. But we've got all of the love. We've got all of the power. We've got all of the control. Because we understand with true feminine nature that control isn't always about dominance. Control isn't about making somebody else do something. It's about controlling ourselves and willing our own will. As soon as we start setting up, as soon as we get ready to go. But we have all of this internal strength, feminine power, and it doesn't matter if you are masculine or feminine watching this. You too have feminine power. You too, your body physiologically produces estrogen at a lower level than a woman does, but it's there. You have a divine feminine within you, an internal mother, an internal girl. And she knows that getting what we want isn't about forcing somebody's hand. It's about knowing how to make you want to give this to me. Why would you give this thing to me? Why would you not? When I have the magic of multiplying, when I have this cup of clean water and all you have to do is tip the cup to your lips in order to get a taste. All you have to do. Just make them want to tip that cup. Because what's inside is so clean. It's so refreshing. It's so rejuvenating. And again, it has that spark of true feminine power of bounty. When you plant a seed in the earth, you often don't just get one fruit, one vegetable, one flower. No, you get an abundance. You get a bounty. There's more and more and more. And look, as the season goes, we'll continue to grow and give you more and more. So why not? Why not plant a seed in that ground this new moon? Why not give it the cleanest water? Why not take a sip of the best love that you could offer yourself? Okay, let's go. One card unseen, a stack revealed. Let's go with where the light shows first. Get a glance at our surroundings. Choices, choices, choices. So many options available. But none of them really quite add up. Most of these cups hold dragons, monsters, ugly things. The kind of time we don't want to have. The kind of party that just goes on too long and everybody's worn out their welcome. That's why we Queen of Cups, bringing that feminine power back in and choosing. Which cup do we hold up? Which cups do we dump out? Excuse my hunger. My goodness. She needs some water. Girl needs some water. Heavy feminine influence of intuition, of understanding how to hold, what to hold, and how to receive the gift that this world brings to us. Because it's a brand new cycle. Once we finally lift up that cup, once we finally make that choice for ourselves to stop overindulging in things that aren't really satisfying, making ourselves sick. How many times? Anyone who's ever consumed alcohol, how many times have you gone too far and said, I'm never drinking again? And sometimes you don't. Sometimes you don't for a very long time. Some people go right back to it. Whatever your old cycle was, once you recognize it, observe it for yourself and how it plays out for you, you're going to make that choice. You're going to know which cup you want and exactly how to hold it. You won't drink it too fast. You won't spill. Because this is a whole new opportunity to be a whole new person. Experience the world in a whole different way. Right. I can receive because I am love. I am the very water, and I am the cup that holds. That's why I am gifted. No more are we going to succumb to those old mental patterns of... The only word I'm getting into my mind right now is devolution. We're done devolving. We're done breaking down into those old patterns of self-hate. Never really served us, never really did us much good. So when we put the final sword down, we can leave it behind. It doesn't get any deader than this. You can't go back. I mean, you could, but why would you? When this is what's left behind, why would you go back there? Why would you take a look back at where you could have gone? Like, no, I'm cool. How very interesting. Strength, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Devil. I think this is the strength to look this devil in the eye, to look those bad choices, those bad options, those bad mental patterns square in the face. See the beast for what it really is. Open your eyes and see the truth of it. It might not look the way that you thought. I really should close that window. I was burning sage, and, you gotta crack a window. But, 1 second. Better. Yeah, give yourself a better view, a cleaner view. I think you're gonna see that this beast and how it played you like a puppet. I don't know if I can get enough good light to really illuminate those strings the devil is pulling with these people, forcing them to continue to feed that belly. But we see it for what it is. And we have the strength of love and a ferocious beast who has been tamed with that love, with that compassion, with that understanding, bringing that inner mother in. And what lies beneath? A fresh start, a page of cups. It's not quite what it once was. We are not quite what we once were. But because of this, I feel like we are actually more ready to fully dive in to the pure innocence that love can offer. It's not all about hooking up. It's not all about just a partner. It's about the relationships and the waters, all of the waters that you keep in your closest spaces. And cleaning them all. Making sure that the waters that you receive, as well as what you give, have that balanced and good flow, a good taste. We do, after all, now have a very refined palate. You can't go back. You wouldn't want to. Nope. We're going somewhere else. So the way these cards are laid out, I'm going to put this to paint the perspective. I can't bring you all of my cards on my table, but the way this was sitting, I opened up and was talking about the war zone. My God. Stomach, stop. I was looking at this jet flying over into the burned city of the Ten of Swords. It's a war zone out there. Don't take away the intensity of this. Just because we can talk about it calmly now, that doesn't mean that there isn't real big scaries and real unfun times hanging out in there. The glory and the beauty in this is the way you have decided to take on this boss beast, the way that you have chosen to fight. It is incredibly unique. It is all your own. It is internally internally devised. Falling away mentally. It's not water. That's not water. Laser focus. Focus back up. Don't be distracted by the fallout and the chaos and the madness, internally, externally, whatever is trying to block you, pull you away, pull on your strings and make you look in their direction. We can see you fine. I'm just not going to get absorbed in it. I'm not going to get swallowed by it this time. I'm not going back into the belly of the beast. I've opened up a door. I made my own choice. We're starting a new cycle. Whether any of you like it or not, this is my theater. And if you are going to participate in it, you're going to let me be the director. And we're going to go places you've never seen before. You've never felt before. Not quite like this, because again, we are new. We hold the power of love. Real love. Self-love. Inner balance. We see the monsters for what they really are. And now we understand how to tame them and use them for our best good. Doing great, Leos. keep your focus up. Remember what is the most important. Stay on mission. Don't be distracted. Don't go too far off into the depths. I know it's an easy time to do that. And we will be facing demons and monsters. Don't take your eyes off of them. But also, don't let them pull you down. You're doing great. Thank you. And we'll see you next time. Because Scorpio season is the initiation of the contraction. Where Libra season was perfect balance, it was neither the in-breath nor the out-breath, but the space in between. Scorpio season is when we start to withdraw in and contract. That's us getting ready, pulling back before we are rebirthed.